Now for this problem, we're going to need to reference quite a few of our properties of exponents. So let's talk about a few of the main ones. Now, first and foremost, if I see that I have a couple of different kinds of a's, like in this case, a to the 8th up top, a to the 2nd in the bottom, so numerator versus denominator, I know that I'm probably going to have to do a quotient of powers. So that's property number 4, and this is from page 34, which is side 3 of our math reference document. So when you're dividing powers, what you end up doing is subtracting exponents, top minus bottom. Now for me, there's actually an easier way to do that. I would just say where are there more x's, in this case the top, and how many more? And there's 3. So you'd get x to the 3rd up top. If instead, let's say it were reversed, and we said, where are there more x's, top or bottom, we'd say, well, there's more on the bottom and there's 3 more. Then I would put a placeholder of a 1 in the numerator. To me, that's a good approach because if I didn't do that, I would have to do 2 minus 5, which is -3. And then I would have to go to my third property, which is actually, I got the same thing here, x to the -3rd. But let's talk about that property anyway. Essentially what it does, it has nothing to do with being negative in nature. So I'm going to put this over 1 because I can put anything over 1 to make it a quote-unquote fraction. And when I have a negative power, it becomes a positive if I just move its location. So right here, this was in the numerator. If I move it to the denominator, now it's a positive exponent and I have a placeholder of a 1 up top. Notice that was equivalent to what we got before, but to me, it was easier in this case to just say, where are there more x's and how many more? That avoided this intermediate step. But it's still good to know the properties of exponents, specifically the negative. So let's say instead, if I had the negative in the denominator, well, it becomes a positive exponent in the numerator, and essentially I could put it over 1, but I don't have to. So now let's combine everything we just discussed. Where are there more a's? There's more up top. And how many more? Well, there's 6 more up top, so that takes care of the a's. A negative exponent, we said, can be taken care of by simply moving that to the other location, which in this case, since it was negative in the numerator, is positive in the denominator. This doesn't need to move at all. That's a common mistake is people want to move that to the numerator, but that was a positive exponent, so no need to move it. And our last step is we notice that because these b's are on the same level, we're going to go ahead and incorporate the property number 1, which is where you add the exponents. And so when we add the exponents, we get 12, and now this matches with option D.